and welcome to another episode of Dope Chix. It's your girl DJ Chocolate Rocket,
and it's the first lady. How you guys doing today? Chocolate, who's our special guest today?
Today with us we have none other than the one and only Lo. Hello, tell our people how you doing. Tell them
Hey,
what's
what's up?
up.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm doing well. Appreciate y'all for having me on.
Awesome.
We thank you for actually joining us today via Zoom. It's always great when we're able to connect with artists from all over the world, the country, that are actually out there doing what they love to do, moving and shaking. So thank you for joining us today.
Yeah,
I
no
think
doubt.
LO is coming from New Jersey. Am I right?
Yeah, yup. Camden, New Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey. So what is the music culture like out there in Camden?
We East Coast, so it's definitely lyrical, and a lot of people out here doing their thing is definitely competitive. So you got to work hard and really put it down to separate yourself and to get hot out here.
Oh, that's dope. See, I don't know a lot about New Jersey and the music culture, whatever. I know you're in New York and all that good stuff, and I know they have a lot going on as far as music. But
Well,
like the Jersey area, yeah, tell me.
Camden, New Jersey is like 10, 15 minutes from Philly. So you got a lot of that as well. That's why I say it's very lyrical and very competitive. So anybody from Jersey, us being sandwiched in between New York and Philly, just the state in general, the way we in between those two states is or those two cities, you definitely gonna get, like I said, that cutthroat version of music. And we go hard. We definitely got a chip on our shoulder because we got the big brothers in between us. If you from North Jersey, New York is the big brother, and if you from South Jersey, Philly is the big brother. That's just the way it is. So us from Jersey, we got a chip on our shoulder for real.
Why? Why the chip on your shoulder?
Because we get overshadowed. You be in between two major cities. You know what I mean? So yeah. But the styles is very similar, very East Coast. Yeah.
Okay.
How did you start in hip hop? Like, what are your hip hop roots consisting of, coming from Camden, New Jersey?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I always like to say, I came out the womb with a microphone in my hand. Like, cause I don't really remember when I started rapping. Like, you hear a lot of rappers, they say I started rapping at this age or once I got out of jail or whatever. I've been rapping since a little kid. Like, my family got home video of me rapping and talking mess and moving my hands around just since I was a kid. So I never really started rapping. It's just something that I was born doing almost. And I remember just riding around in the back seat of my mom's car and just listening to like Lauryn Hill, listening to DMX and Puffy and all them. And to a lot of people, music is just music. It's just whatever. But to me, being in the backseat of my mom's car, riding around East Camden, where we was living at the time, music was just hitting me completely different. Like, I can't explain it. I don't really know, how to put it into words, but it was just resonating with me in a completely different way. I was caught up in it, like listening to it. And I feel like just hip hop culture, like, kind of chose me a little bit deeper than it did. Us as Black people, we already are in hip hop. We born into hip hop culture, but sometimes this shit just choose you. So it's definitely a God-given gift and a God-given passion and love of mine that I ain't really choose. It's just something that I do. Same way a bird fly and a fish swim. That's how I rap.
Right. I mean, it's no secret that the hip hop culture is literally giving birth right there in the North. So it's in the water there. So it's almost like the kids there. It's a natural thing, like you're born to it in that area. But like, who are like some of the people who really influenced your sound?
Oh, influences is crazy. Being a '90s baby, Pac, Big, Nas, Jay. To be honest, Rakim.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's just I like this. I like to. I don't listen to rappers. I like to listen to rappers that I could learn from, that I feel like is better than me. So I feel like I could get better by listening to them. And so those are some of my influences that I feel like I was able to study and grow and become a better rapper from listening to them. You know what I mean?
Stay tuned to Dope Chix at Instagram D.O.P.E. Chix. We'll be right back after we pay a few bills. Back to Dope Chix on Rebel 107.9. So let me backtrack a little bit. L.O.
Yeah.
Tell me about the name. Tell me about the name.
My first name, well, my name is Leonard Orange. So that's just my initials. And growing up, my dad was a hustler. And so he used to have me with him a lot. He was real popular in the city during his heyday. And, LO. People walking to him, yo, what's up, LO? This, that, and the other. And then they would address me as Lil L, what's up, Lil L, what's up, Lil LO? And so I always been LO. Like everything about like me as an artist is really just me. Like that's why my stage name is like my name basically is just my initials of my real name. I'm not MC such and such. I'm not Lil such whatever. I'm just me. And so LO is just my name. Is what the streets call my dad. And eventually once I got of age, I took that Lil off of it and now I'm just LO myself because I'm a grown man now. So it's my name and it's what I've been called my whole life.
Okay. Works. Definitely.
If you could work with any artist, dead or alive,
Michael Jackson.
Period. The greatest. Yeah. I love that answer. I absolutely love your answer on that.
What's your reasoning for Michael Jackson?
He the greatest. Like outside of rap artists, he the artist that I study the most. Not just in terms of music, but just in terms of entertainment overall, showmanship. Like I study him to be a better rapper. Just period. Like I study his habits and his tendencies in terms of how he approach creating music. I look up to him so much, and I was raised on him. Michael Jackson is probably the first entertainer that I was ever introduced to.
Do you think there's an entertainer now that is living that comes close to Michael Jackson?
Nah, I feel like Michael Jackson and Prince was just in a different space. If I say one name in terms of her show, and I said her, if her live show comes close to Michael Jackson, and it's Beyonce. Everybody else's live shows ain't on the same level as Michael Jackson that's living. Beyonce is the only artist today that could put on a live show that could come close to what Mike was doing.
Please say that again. Very well said. Very well said. So this is actually a project. You have a single, I think, that you brought to us. Keep It Right, correct?
Yeah.
Yo, that is like, I really, really like that. And what surprised me, because I'm older, and usually most of the stuff that we end up getting from most of the artists, is fitting into their demographic and whatnot. So, but this song to me could really go down as one of those like barbecue songs. Like one of those songs that you keep hearing year after year after year after year, like summertime type song. Like you've been hearing that Will Smith Summertime forever. And I feel like this song could really go those type of miles. I really like what you brought. I like the beat that you chose for it. The feature on the song, GX Gotti.
Yep.
He is dope. I really like his lyrics. I like his vocals. Like this was a really, really tight record. I'm not even gonna lie. This was a really tight record because I'm usually picking a record apart, but this one right here, I was like, wait a minute, you rewind this and play this again. And this record was really dope. Yes, it really was a dope record. So what was it like collaborating on this project? I see you have a pretty extensive body of work. You've been working for a minute, but you decided to collabo on this project right here. What brought that decision on?
It's a long story, but I'll try to wrap it up as quickly as I can. I met Gotti through my brother, and that's how we initially met. And I reached out to him, and I was like, "Yo, let's do something." He was like, "All right," and we recorded. We was in a zone when we was making that project. We recorded the majority of that project in 1 month, and so we was just, sending beats to each other. Let me spit this verse to you. Let me see what you think, and he do the same for me. And when we recorded that song, the reason it's the first song in the project, it's the first song we recorded, and that's why it's the first video we shot. But when we was recording it, I stepped outside to go smoke while he was working on his part. I stepped outside to go smoke. I come back in, he was done, and there was people walking in the studio trying to hear what we just did. Like, yo, this song hot. Yo, you know what I mean? Y'all got one on your hands, and shaking our hands, giving us dap and everything. So for other artists, because making music is a lot of ego involved. So for other artists to come into the studio, into our session, to give us props on what they heard coming out the room, I remembered that, and I was like, nah, this gotta be the first song on the project, and this gotta be the first video, because people was gravitating to it. So yeah, it was cool.
Awesome.
So is there a plan to do live shows with this project, taking it on the road, or you just gonna leave it in the ether for radio and streaming?
No, definitely. As an artist, you gotta perform. So I definitely want to perform. I don't have anything planned so far, but going back to the Michael Jackson, Beyonce points that we talked about earlier, I want to make sure I'm rehearsed. I'm not one of those rappers that just want to go up there and wing it just because I'm a rapper and I'm just going to get up there and just rap. I want to make sure I have a rehearsed set and that I'm prepared to put on a show. Being as though, like I said, Michael Jackson is one of my influences. It's one of the things I learned, to just take every aspect seriously. So I haven't been rehearsing, but when that becomes a priority for me, I definitely I'm going to hit the stage and do my thing in that aspect as well.
So, Elo, are you a rapper that also dances?
Nah, I don't think so. I try to bring energy, but I wouldn't consider me a dancer now.
Hey, you already know where to get the scoop first. Dope Chix. So you stay tuned to Rebel 107.9.
To a real one, to make you a priority for me to drill, son. I'm getting hotter and hotter, and with this rap shit, a lot come with it. And I ain't tryna be in no casket. Niggas is killing for a score, and I ain't finna lose. If I took you off the map, I'm good with a little bruise. And I ain't really sweating shit till I find you. Till then, I'm getting scamming money with my nigga Q. I see my op on all my stories every time I post. Get off my dick, nigga, cause you's a bitch. Gotta call your whole clique, nigga. Come at the king, then you best not miss, nigga. Everybody a big step until they slip, nigga. If we ain't talking money, tell me what's the object. These dirty niggas got me smoking new op packs. The pressure on your whole line, I apply that. They sit me down and ask me about it, I deny that.
Yeah, my name ain't pop, but I really smoke, yeah. I be on top like a roller coaster, cracking them cars, spin a bin like we gon' fuck them over. I was a star, now I'm here, I'ma get it over. I don't know how this gon' go, but I keep my head right, I'ma live it up. I'ma keep my bread right, I don't give a fuck. Murder, she roll. Murder, she roll. Murder, she roll. Murder, she roll. Fucking on your body, I won't tell nobody. Baby, it's a secret between you, man, it's a probably. I was in a V, switching lanes. And it's me, be the same. You got Leo. Oh, you got Leo. Oh, you got Leo. Oh, you got Leo. Yeah, my name ain't pop, but I really smoke, yeah. I be on top like a roller coaster, cracking them cars, spin a bin like we gon' fuck them over. I was a star, now I'm here, I'ma get it over.
We're back in the studio with two dope chicks.
No.
So what do you think your demographic is right now for your record?
That's a good question. It depends. I honestly got different sounds. I know that's not maybe the best thing to say, but I just got different sounds. For this particular project I did with Gotti, I definitely want my demographic to be middle school and up, because us being little, 90s babies, we remember listening to music or being introduced to music in middle school. The early 2000 years, the middle school years, the high school years, and you grow with those artists. So I always wanted to get people while they're young, like get fans while they're young. So I'd say anywhere between teenagers and about people in their 40s. That's a solid demographic because the best rappers, that's who listen to them. Teenagers all the way up to people in their 40s, people that's still trying to stay young or whatever, what have you, and males and females. So I would say 18 to 40, male and female, and definitely people in the inner city.
Right. So when putting together an entire project in itself is a huge decision. A lot of indie artists will opt to just do singles. So when you decided to put together an entire EP project, did you think about like your marketing plan or how you were going to get it out to radio or the DJs? Like, what was your idea when you decided to put this together?
In terms of marketing?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in guerrilla marketing tactics, and street promo and stuff like that. So that's definitely something that I planned on doing. I've done it before with my previous project, What They Want. I hung posters in different cities, going city to city, hanging posters, passing out flyers, passing out CDs, just really getting to it in terms of my hustle.
Right.
I don't want to put too much of my plan out there or my business strategy, but
no, I get it. What I'm really asking, because a lot of artists really don't think about any of these things at all. They just, I'm just going to put out a record. And then, like we just seen the 38,000 records that didn't get a single stream on Spotify. That was a lot of people's production and lyrics and wasted time. And so, I'm just trying to get people to notice, for one, when you're a real artist, whether it's an indie artist or a famous artist, you have to really take the time and think about a direction of what you're going to do. And those grassroots things mean a lot. Putting out those posters and those flyers, handing people something. I still have a CD player. I still play a CD every now and again. And I respect it when I see the young man out there hustling, like, hey, listen to my music. I'll cash out them $5 or something like that because they got a little CD out there, because they're actually out there trying to put out their music. So, I don't expect you to put down your whole marketing plan, but just letting people know you really have to think about it when you're trying to put together a whole project.
Yeah, and people have done that to me, and you appreciate it so much, like $5, $10. You just passing your shit out. You know what I mean? People give you money because they respect the hustle. You be like, oh man, that's crazy. Someone gave me $20 before. But yeah, you definitely gotta market yourself and have a marketing plan. And I was just thinking the other day, like, I work with Q, when it comes to marketing and promotion, I was like, man, and this is a small number to say, but I was just about to say, I was thinking to myself the other day, like, yo, I might just come put a rack together and just spend the whole rack on just marketing, just chalk that just to marketing. And like I said, that's a small budget, but me being indie, do it yourself.
That's a large budget for an indie artist, to be real. I'm just because a lot of them don't spend anything. Right. A lot of them won't spend anything. When you hear the number 38,000 records, literally, that is, and it literally took, right now you can run ads for $2 a day, with Google and what have you. And you're saying your willingness to put up at least 1,000. Those people weren't even willing to put up $1. So I commend you for really putting something behind your own music and setting some goals up for yourself. So that's dope in itself.
Yeah, thanks. I think a lot of artists They don't know what it takes. I think they don't approach it as a business. If you don't approach this as a business, like, you know, let's say if someone is doing real estate, they know that's a business. If they want to do a trucking company, they know they're in the business. If they want to do you know, anything, they anything other than entertainment, they realize, okay, this is a business. But when it comes to music and entertainment, for whatever reason, that go over a lot of people's head, and they don't realize, yo, I'm running a business right now. So if they approached it like a business, then I think they would think of marketing and promotion.
Absolutely.
What is something that you've learned that you think other artists aren't abreast of, or something that they might take for granted and forget?
What I just said, the fact that you're in the business, like you're in the business. This is a business, and
Right.
and they just, like you said, they make the music and they do the music. They think it's fun. They look at other artists and it looks fun to be an artist and a rapper or a singer. They think it's fun. Like, nah, this is hard work, and so and that's another thing they forget, and that they don't realize, like this takes hard work. To really get to that level that you seeing, that you looking at on TV and that you see on social media, these rappers, and it look like their life is fast and they have, you know, the cars, the clothes, jewelry, girls, whatever. It took hard work to get there, and it took sacrifice, and it's scary as hell to put $1,000 up just for marketing. Like, that's scary. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm shooting a music video this weekend. I paid about $1,200 to get that on the low end. Starting off, I paid $1,200. I don't count for the haircut, my outfit, the booking the venue, and everything else that it takes to shoot a quality music video. So spending that type of money that's scary. You know what I mean? So you gotta, you know, just realize that this is a business.
Exactly. A lot of them don't understand the separation. Like, First Lady is a business. Shayla. That's me. That's me as a person. And I have to treat First Lady as an entity as itself. That's my Walmart. You know, if I don't pay her bills, if I don't stock her and put in products and whatnot, then no one's going to come and shop. So I totally get it.
So, in Camden, New Jersey, what is the actual artist pool of possible collaborations like? Is there a strong hip hop community in Camden, or is it more so you have to go to Philly or into the city?
Hey, DJ Chocolate Rocket, I like your profile picture, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there. When you popped up, okay.
Thank you.
It's a lot of artists in Camden, man. It's a lot of them. So I don't think we got to go to Philly to necessarily to link up. We got enough artists out here, if we're willing to do, you know, to do our own thing. But that's not, you know, Philly right there. We should be able to go to Philly and work with them as well. So it's not like, oh, we don't want to, we don't have to, we don't need to. Us as Black people, we trip like that. Like, man, we, you know, Camden, every city artists got egos. So, you know, I could work with Camden artists, and us, you know, as a demographic should be able to cross the bridge and go work with them as well. And they could come over here and work with us. That's how it should be. It's not always like that, but I think that would make the music scene out here doper if it was like that.
Do you think there is like a lack of collaboration?
I think it's clicks. It's real clicky. You know what I mean? So I think that's maybe what most cities, but I know it's definitely like that out here, where you know everybody want to work with their friends. They don't want to, you know, step outside of that particular circle to do collaborations. But I think it'll change if somebody from the city pop and they become that nigga like in the city, and he changed the narrative and changed that status quo, like work with everybody. And now you gotta follow suit because he the hottest in the city. So I think it'll take something like that to change how things are. But there's definitely enough artists out here for us to, do our thing.
Like being that you're an up north artist, there's a lot of different up north things going on in period in the industry. Let's just say that across the board, with all of the different beefs and all the blah 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 and rhetoric that these artists have go back and forth with each other and end up with all this violence. Do you feel like you have like a responsibility in this industry as an artist, the sound, the lyrics and things that you're putting out?
Our responsibility in terms of what?
Well, I feel like it's a choice whether you make certain types of lyrics.
Oh,
are you going to be the type? Mm-hmm.
I got you. No, I make music based off my experiences, things I've lived through, and things that I've seen, things that I've heard. Make music about my environment. So I think people gotta realize that this is art. And art is to reflect real life. Real life is not always meant to reflect art. You know what I mean? So I think that's important for people to understand that in of itself. You can't blame artists for somebody else going out there and making a decision for their life. You can't blame artists for that, regardless of what type of music they make. Motherfucker might make a song that say, yo, drink bleach. I'm about to drink this bleach. And if a nigga go do it, you gonna blame the artist? Nah, like you tripping for drinking bleach. Like you can't say the artist influenced him for doing that. Nah. So I think people are responsible for themselves. Realize that this is art. And like I said, art is to reflect life. Life is not always meant to reflect art.
I like that, but with this wonderful constitution of ours, it's almost in a sense of entrapment because now they're taking the lyrics and turning it into real life. Mm-hmm. So are they saying that it's art or is it real life or what exactly?
You were saying basically, do artists have a responsibility because people are, and so many words being influenced by the music. So now you're going elsewhere with it. And I don't think that they should use people's music in the courtroom because that's two separate things. You're trying to take what I do, like you were saying earlier, as a business. This is my business. And now you're trying to apply it to me doing something that y'all accusing me of doing something in the court of law. Like, nah, I don't think that's right.
And it's kind of two-handed because when you're telling the story of someone's life, mm-hmm. they could take that story and say that this is your story. You see what I'm saying? So now you're almost like caught up in it because I understand how those stories happen. I come from one of those type of communities and I hear these stories and I know what is all real life. And it's almost scary sometimes to watch some of these young men and they want to tell this because they've been a part of it. It was their community, but mm-hmm. sometimes they do get entangled into that whole situation. That's where I'm saying like the kind of the responsibility, like, do you tell the story or do you not tell the story?
You definitely tell the story. I think also people gotta take responsibility for themselves. So say you're an artist and you telling those stories and you start to gain some type of popularity, you get buzzes getting up there, you getting show money now. Hey nigga, chill the fuck out. Cause now you got something to lose. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. Like, you becoming successful at what you do, you don't always gotta stay and keep doing the same stuff you was doing before you became successful.
Right.
So you saying that artists, once they get to the bag, they need to leave the hood?
I'm not saying leave the hood, but change how you move, change how you think, and check yourself before you make certain decisions. Put yourself in a position to keep making that money. You get locked up, you can't make no money no more. You over. And it's hard to regenerate that same momentum you had when you was out and you was hot. It's hard to get that back. So, look at all the rappers that came out of jail. And some of them are successful after jail, but a lot of them, they just internet, now they just social media people. Like they don't drop no music. You just see them on social media a lot, and they may be doing they may promote get hired at a club to host the club for one night because now they public figures, but they not known for their music no more because it's hard to get that momentum back. So just I feel like it's not about leaving the hood. It's just like keep yourself in that position to keep making money.
Yeah. Sometimes I know that even once you make it and you stay in the same position, the people around you don't allow you the grace to grow. Like they always see you as that person you were before you make money. So what would you tell an artist that wants to stay in that same area, but they also need to show the people around them that they are not that same person they was yesterday? Like yesterday me is not today's me.
I don't know. That's hard because I feel like if I was to become more successful and start going up the ranks with this music thing, I would be in that situation too. I got cousins that and I don't really got too many friends, but cousins. You know what I mean? Let's keep it real, family that will want me to stay in a certain type of environment, or think that I should, have them around just because we related. But I don't got all the answers though. I don't know. I think every person got to figure that out for themselves. Like, how can you situate yourself without so much separating yourself? But Snoop said it in an interview. Like, sometimes you evolving and they not. So sometimes you got to separate yourself. How you do that and how you go about doing that, I don't know. I think everybody got to figure that out for themselves.
Okay. What's the one thing or like your legacy that you want to leave on the world?
Definitely want to be recognized like as one of the best rappers to ever come out of Jersey. And I feel like I got other things I want to do, but like I gotta handle that first. I heard a quote before. I think somebody said that 50 Cent said this. He was like, your real life starts once your rap career is over. And so for me, I got a lot of things I want to do, but I can't even mention that or speak on that until I handle this music thing first. Like that's my main goal that I grew up with. So if I quit music, I'm gonna feel like a weirdo trying to go and do something else. Like, man, you quit music. Like how you can't you know what I mean? Like you quit that. How you gonna start this business and you quit music? Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like let me handle this first. So to answer your question, right now, I want my legacy to be known as one of the best rappers that ever come out of Camden, New Jersey. Like I want people to talk about me in the barbershops and shit. As one of the when they talk about rappers that came out of Jersey and out of the city of Camden. Okay.
Today I want to say thank you for joining us here on the Dope Chix, D.O.P.E, delivering ongoing positive energy. I'm DJ Chocolate Rocket.
And I'm First Lady.
And
it's your boy L.O. Oh, my bad. Y'all signing
next
up.
time, guys, listen, tell them how to find you on social media.
On social media, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is LO_Slim Helu. That's LO_SLIMHELU. So I appreciate it.
We thank you so very, very much.
Thank you.